Molweni Dumelang, thank you for joining us for another episode of Men 360, a platform where we really interrogate, explore, reimagine masculinity, manhood, real conversations with real people. Of course, as Kete Balalam, men, women, kids, we have a full conversation exploring this phenomenon called manhood. And thank you for joining us one more time. And today, at least, I'm not alone. I've got one of the people I admire. He doesn't know. But he always quachisa me. He tells me, I'm going to tell your sister.
Yeah.
That's how he twists my hand. But really, Mr. T, one of the guys I really admire. And whenever I've got to talk to you, I always try and put myself in order.
Thabo.
Even when I've got to text you, I'm like, one, you must be in order.
Decorum.
Decorum.
Yes.
No,
No, and I don't think it's me. Like you said, I think it's really more about your sister, my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once I tell her, it's
Yeah.
on.
No, with her I can just get on the phone like, hey, how's Pastor? Just go to the left. Yeah.
No, congratulations on this.
Yes.
I know you've done it before, but I'm glad that you're still continuing on this.
Yeah, Mr. T. Thank you very much for giving us your time. It's a precious one. I know you're always running a tight schedule.
It depends who calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not proximity. But also, thank you for giving us an opportunity to tap into that fountain of wisdom. I know it's going to be a very fruitful conversation. So, for the time. Yeah. Probably let's start here. What is being a man? What's a man to you? When you introduce yourself and say, I'm a man, what do you mean? What is your understanding of being a man and manhood?
And we're not talking biology, right?
We're not talking about biology, your own self-understanding, but also if you are to extend the conversation to Tbose, how do you understand being a man and what a man's role is?
You are a center that holds. If the center doesn't hold, things fall apart. If the man doesn't hold, society falls apart.
Ish. Okay.
If there's a lack of leadership, you see it from a family unit to community, then to society. So I'm glad you brought my boys into it. I'm trying to raise them to be better men than I will ever be. Men who will grow up without fear but with clarity about who and what they want to be. A man is a seed provider. And I'm not talking about the seed of multiplication. No. So I'm talking about a seed planter because it's a God-given right.
Sure.
He needs to till the soil, bring the seed in.
Sure.
And his vision then, bears fruit. I like what Dr. Miles Monroe once said when he gave a lecture about the biggest enemy of men. He didn't say death. He said ignorance.
Okay.
And when he unpacked it, may his soul rest in eternal peace. What a
One
teacher.
wisdom.
What a teacher.
Yeah.
I liked how he could unbundle complex issues into something that you can relate to. And he made an example and says, if I touch you now, what am I touching? And you could say, I'm touching a man, I'm touching a father, I'm touching a podcaster, a communicator, a builder. All of those things are titles and labels which come from you being the man. Like I said, like a center that holds a bicycle, it's got spokes.
Sure.
Those spokes are things that you are. As a description. At least keep that picture in mind.
Sure.
And he says, he gave a parable that says, let's say I'm holding an apple seed. What am I holding? And you don't want to answer, you're holding an apple seed, because he's employing on you to think deeper. He says, yes, I'm holding an apple seed, but what really am I holding? He says, if I take this apple seed and put it into fertile soil, it grows into a apple tree.
Apple tree.
That apple tree bears
Apples.
apples. And those apples, inside them, there are seeds. And those seeds, if they are therefore also, planted into fertile soil, those seeds become other apple trees. So again, what am I holding? Is this a seed or am I holding a forest? What is a man?
Sure. You're holding it back, Mr. T. Yo, that is actually thought-provoking, because also even with the scripture itself, and as you allude on the responsibility that God gives, and I think when we quote the scripture, Zalanani Nande Nkamise Elizwe, we only see it in the biology sense.
Yeah.
We don't go further when he then instructs him that you're going to work the soil, you're going to tilt it.
Yeah.
So not are you only having a responsibility as a man of expanding your family, but also you've got the responsibility of tilting the soil to provide food, to provide wealth, to provide knowledge, to provide wisdom,
Shelter.
So it doesn't end just on the biology cycle.
No. Okay. Here's a quick question. Why is Petrus Motsepe still working? If our objective is money. If you're waking up for money, he has it.
He has it.
Why is, I have to use this example, why is Donald Trump wanting to be in the busiest office of all? Yes,
at his age.
You may say after money, power. You're not wrong. But let's go now to that very instruction that it sits in our DNA as men. That's why they say, rest for who? You will never rest. Because you need to leave this planet empty.
Sure. You must have deposited.
Because yours is here to conquer.
Yeah.
And conquering doesn't mean suppress and all of that. Of course, we see it in other forms. But conquer is exactly that, is plant seeds, expand, build nations that are going to be far greater than you.
Sure.
In the book, Pause, I talk about do better than your father. There's a benchmark beyond what success is. Because if we're to define success, success is more than money.
Definitely.
Success is about health. Success is about having a spiritual, fulfilling life, having a good family, healthy family. Success means having your mental capacities and departments working well. Success means exploring your careers to other things, right? So there's more than just one definition to success. However, I feel and I posit that there is a benchmark we can use universally as men, even as women.
Sure.
Because the names we carry are from our fathers.
Sure.
They have set the bar. I don't even, they've set it somewhere.
Yeah.
Your quest is to do better than that bar.
Sure.
You're not competing. However, you are taking it up a notch for the next generation. And when you do that, what happens? You heal those before you of the wounds of their past. You heal them from their inability to do certain things. You and I today, we are reaping the fruits of the labor, blood, sweat and tears of those before you and I.
Sure.
These microphones that we're sitting in front of, the room that we're sitting in, was brought through blood, sweat and tears.
Sure.
And do you think those who made this possible, aren't they smiling right now?
Definitely.
That here are men, here is Lovalo, who felt beyond, there's something I can do with the microphone to build a fragmented male society. Because it is important that he remembers who he is so that we have a better society.
Sure.
And I think your challenge is to say, even if I change one man at a time, I have done enough because I have impacted one call it unit in society.
Sure.
That can then with ripple effect, affect that, society, then later a nation, and so on. So ours is to raise the bar.
Sure.
And that's why you can never rest until your daughter has reached levels that you yourself never dreamt of.
Sure.
But she stood on your shoulders. You understand? Your niece, your nephews, even your sister, by the way, right? That's what we are. Ours is to enable. Ours is to kick a door open and keep it open.
Sure.
And by the way, we don't even need to enter the room.
Yeah. Mr. T, you're triggering other things. I'll come back to this point because so I think no, but I'll come back to this point. Please, can I be reminded? Before we go there, Mr. T, whilst we have defined and really went through this conversation, how would you define your relationship with self?
Yeah.
And at which point in the journey of your life did you realize that now, as I make decisions, Thabo Mokwele, I've got to be intentional? And how do you mirror those decisions? I want us to, because Mr. T, people will look and the space that you operate in, and that's why I say, for me, you're one of those people that I admire, because there's a lot of noise in the space that you operate in.
Yes, true.
And there are many things that we hear about people, whether Kibaruti, whether it's business people, whether it's people who are in the entertainment business. Men are susceptible to many faults, and not that you are perfect.
Of course, not at all.
But me sitting here and I look at you, I admire the men that I look at, So I've got to try and understand and say, what is the relationship you have with self as far as interrogating yourself, paused? When do you pause self and reflect and be able to look at the decisions that you make and mirror them to say, am I still on the right path? Or do I need to fix something?
So if there's one moment in my life was between where those were for me over and above education, where I had to deal with me, was post my first degree and me working. And when I say me working, you will realize that most men, we define who we are based on where we get our check.
Sure.
Because that's attached to our pride and the role we can play.
True.
The fact that I was able to earn money and midweek and just go drop off grocery for a lady without her knowing. That's why I get first day, when she comes back, go garage, grocery.
Sure.
And she phones with tears of joy. I mean, that you feel like a man, and your father calls and says, yeah, right? But little did they know that over and above that, underneath, I kept on bothering God with the question, why am I here? That's why even in the first chapter of Pause, I talk about the first question you need to ask yourself is, who are you?
Who are you?
It's a long question. It's a journey question. Don't expect to have an answer now.
No.
It's a conversation you need to have. And the answer was surprising to me. And it's an answer that my grandmother gave me when I was like 4 or 5 years old, which I rejected. My grandmother, and it's funny that I remember this more than anything, and that's why my father says, I've got a dangerous mind, I remember things. My father used to say that a lot. My grandmother, when I was 4 or 5, she said, Umuruti wen. I didn't like Baruti. Because I was just like, no, there's no way. Because for me, she said, it felt like that's what I'm going to grow up to do as a job.
Sure.
I didn't want that. Because I felt I had more in me.
Yes.
And later, when I kept on bothering God with this question, to a point where I was like, if you're not going to answer me, you might as well take me.
Ish. Yeah.
Right? It was that serious. Where you have a intimate conversation with your maker and you ask them, because it's a personal relationship.
Sure.
And here's an exercise you must try, and then I think my brothers as well must try it. And I was taught, Kim Ruti, funny enough, this thing. He says, when you have questions to Mudim, sit in a quiet space. Take deep breaths, which is meditation. Ask that question many times. But try and quieten your mind, because your mind is like an organ. You tell it what to do.
Sure.
But it is so trickery that it tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Right? That's why it overtakes most of the time. So sit quietly and ask this question repeatedly. Why am I here? Why don't you ever answer me? Because I need to know my direction. Why am I here? And the answer was so surprising because it comes as a whisper. In that quietness, Lovalo, when you ask that question, there's an answer that's going to come. It's going to blow your mind because it is too simplistic to be the right answer. He said, you are my people's teacher. My people are going to heal just hearing your voice. That's not what, remember, there's expectation.
Yes.
And there's the answer.
Yeah. And probably you are thinking it's going to be so profound, so high-pitched.
And then I lose my Metro FM contract. In that 4-month dry spell of me not working, what am I now having a conversation about? Hanti, what did you say? Hanti, what did you say? Why did I then lose that contract? Hanti, what did you say? He's quiet.
And at that time, did you understand what he meant? And did you believe? Because, sometimes people tell us things and I can walk away from him like, it's like saying, hey, Bongs, kita wana ka usan.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
And I can live here. I'm like, I won't see him tomorrow.
I never take God's word lightly.
Okay.
I don't. And because of the evidence and especially consistency, by the way, helps you to know which voice to listen to.
Sure.
If you do this consistently, trust me, you will get his counsel consistently.
Sure.
Even with the little thing about driving out and he'll say to you, take left, don't go right. And you're going to go left, right? Or you're going to go against his word.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn it.
And you see it.
And then what you say? And I did say, I should have gone left. You see what I mean? But my point here is, at that moment, I was now persecuting him because I let go of what? Of the makings of men.
Yeah.
So I made it his fault. Do you understand?
Because on TPCs.
So the promise, and when I got a call out of nowhere from Kaya, hey man, we hear you are just chilling. Come on board. Do you know that when that call happened, the deal was signed that day when I met with the program manager. The program manager says, I have a weekend gig, and I know you're a primetime jock, but hey, I said, I'll take it. He's like, you don't even know how much I offer. I said, no, I take it. And he told me later that you didn't even have a voice of desperation. A tinge of desperation in your voice didn't exist. Yeah. And I said, there's something about this guy. I'm 20 years in now with the very same station.
Jesus.
So I'm coming back to intentionality only comes if you know where you're standing and why you are here. Right? Everything I do to fulfill that purpose.
Sure.
Everything I observe and the topics I bring, the song I play, is to fulfill that purpose. Not that healing is all about talking serious issues. No. A good song, it's a healer.
Sure.
I mean, my song right now, you want to make me smile? Play Kwesta Nyaga Nyaga.
Nyaga Nyaga.
You're done with me. Eh?
Sure.
Yes. Nyaga Nyaga. That thing just brings a smile, not only to me, but to anyone else who gets it.
Yeah.
Right? So it goes back to your question that if you don't know where you stand, any road will take you. But if you do know who you are and where you stand, I think everything else conspires to help you to go to wherever you want to go. Yeah.
So you've got to be grounded, whether it's religion,
Yeah.
whether it's culture.
Listen,
There must be
find
a
your
substance
grounding.
of something.
Please, stand on something.
Yeah.
I say, me, church helps weak believers like me. There are people who are not like me,
Sure.
who are just believers. They don't even need mfundisi.
Yeah.
All they need to do is to say a word and things happen.
Sure.
And you know who I'm talking about, and you know yourself. Do it. There are people who don't need it, right? And by the way, church, by its nature, it is not necessarily what God wants. If you really, really go into the core of why religion is a structure. God doesn't want structure. God wants a relationship.
Sure.
But church works why? Because it gives you fellowship.
Yeah.
It's like gym. When you go to gym, there's a difference between having a gym at home and going to gym.
Sure.
There's something about when you're at gym, when you see others work, that says to you, I must push as well.
And it goes back to those who are full believers or who are weak believers. That's where we find our strength.
Yeah. Or he can push.
Yeah.
No, I want to try that.
Yeah. And Mr. T, actually, I'm understanding it differently now that I'm repeating it. When you said you are a less weak believer. I think that's the word you used.
Yeah, I think my faith needs to be watered.
Sure.
So if I don't water it, I can get weak.
Sure.
And how I water it, through a song, through prayer, through reading. You understand?
Yeah.
And I say there's an opposite to me, people who just are.
Yeah.
Who just are.
Yeah.
They know who they are in this world and they know where they are going. They don't even need to even have that conversation with God. They know. And those are the people I admire because I wish I could just have a teaspoon of their faith. Because that person, my bra, I don't care. You've met them. You say, Edward, I say left at no. I know me, I'm going right. He's like, how did you know?
Yeah.
Because you went left and they went right. And there are things
Yeah.
right? How did they know? And I call them the chosen ones.
Sure.
Because they came here with their cups so full. You know, right? All they have to do is just walk.
Yeah.
It's like a solar energy powered car doesn't need to be plugged in. As long as the sun is on, it will charge itself, and when the sun is not there, it will still move.
Yeah.
You and I need to be plugged in.
Sure, definitely.
You know, to get a bit of energy and then move.
Strength to continue.
Exactly.
And Mr. T, how do you reconcile yourself or with self when you have erred? You heard that voice that says turn right, but you turned left. You know, that voice that said delay on this move. Probably the voice when you said we've got a weekend slot, said sure, and probably there was a voice at that time, it wasn't there, but probably had a voice said delay and you went on, and then when you later on, you know, check and you're like, oh, that was a blind spot. How do you reconcile with yourself when you've erred against yourself?
Yeah. It's not a nice feeling.
Yeah.
It's not a nice feeling because sometimes our emotions get the best of us. I can say yes to a deal because I'm avoiding hunger entering my house.
Sure.
And the one who is sitting on the other side is aware, or they could sense. I didn't negotiate better. You don't get what you deserve; you get what you negotiate.
Negotiate, sure.
But because I didn't want the deal to walk away, and then I realized, damn, I should have pushed a little bit, you know. But you take it, and then you go to your corner, beat yourself up, and says, you know what, I know I should have gotten the full 10 rands, but I'm sitting here with 8.
Yeah.
But I'll find a way to, to supplement the 2. What else can you do? You only can do your best. Beyond that, it's a little bit unrealistic to expect yourself to do a little bit further than that. However, we are people who evolve. And in your evolution, you know that you are not perfect, like you said in the beginning. And should there be a shortfall, as a man, you'll find a way to fulfill that shortfall. And yes, what is a man if a man can't face himself?
What is a man if he can't face himself? Sure.
What is a man if he can't control his edges? What is he? That a man. That's why I love talking to men who have partners, and they have this tension. Hey man, must I now just always report? hey man, must I now always feedback? Hey man, sometimes I just want to be quiet. I'm like
Yeah.
In your shelling, unfortunately, in her DNA, you unlocked a supporter, not fan. You unlocked supporter of your dreams and vision.
Sure.
Somebody who, when you walk in, because they care and love you, even beyond themselves,
Sure.
through your looking at your eyes, they can tell what kind of day you had before you even utter a word. That's why I love when a man like that goes back home, even after he won, man. He says, "Hey, baby, I should have brought more, man. Damn."
Yeah.
And God being God, or the supporter in her, that DNA will kick in and said, "Who? You." Based on this, please.
Yeah.
Lo, alo inja yami le. Pekiletheni lento le. Uzwa now something in you if it. Uthi man uthini pe but hey awume. Angicela ukukhuluma ngomunye umuntu hayi lo wami. Ngoba if ukhuluma kanje ngowami ngizokukwatela. Inja yami le.
Yeah.
He went and got and brought it back home. Le 2 rand uthi uyishiye lapha etafuleni ayifuni wena. The question is, what are you going to do with this 8? Right? And a man who declares that, the king of that castle.
Yes.
As much as she knows that deep down you're still crying for not having fought your fight, right? But she'll support you at 8, like it is a 10.
Sure.
And that already gives you the fuel to get the 2.
Definitely.
Right? So, and again, a right partner. It's God's blessing, by the way.
Actually, that's where I'm going. And and as you, it's like you know where we're gonna stop and turn. As you, because that's where I'm going. Because the things that you're talking about, being accountable, not a fan, having ukusharing abantu to say kyaurata, you're not inviting a fan but a supporter.
Yeah.
But also, a partner is someone who's going to hold you accountable.
Oh, yeah. No one will reveal who you are like a perfect partner. No one. They are a mirror that you yourself every day can't face.
Sure.
But every day, 24/7. Levalo, you can't look at yourself in a mirror and have a conversation with self. Nah.
But basically, like we've seen, I think in the space that you go in, your show, people who call in, there seems to be, I don't know, fatigue, depletion of relations, machita. Okay, women as well have got, their own perspective on these things are not working, I always laugh when I go on TikTok. There's a gentleman there called Gajene. He's always assisting people. He's recruiting.
Yeah.
He's gather here. It's like married at first sight. Yeah, TikTok.
Wanyadisa.
Yeah, no, he's actually even started an app. And he says all the single ones gather here. I want single ones, and he calls them category by category.
Yeah.
And then I find 40-year-olds there, 50-year-olds there, 30-year-olds there, 27-year-olds there, both men and women. But while we're talking about a partner, Mr. T, and the journey that you have walked with my sister, and I always laugh at the kind of relationship that you guys have. I'll gossip with her. As we're walking down the corridor, she calls you. Hey, baby, what's up, one R1? I'm still here. Couldn't you have waited to jump into the car?
No.
And because you are still going to the same house.
That
Can't
you must know because she trusts you. Yeah.
For me, and as a man in the 21st century, how do you choose a partner, Mr. T? As a man, and how do you say Komajiteng? How do you say to Tbose, Bongane, Botlalifang? How do you say Bongs? Like, it might not be a formula, but these are the things that are quite critical when you go and look for a partner.
I'll give you the teachings I give my boys.
Sure.
And I said to them, go look at, pay attention to your boys, your friends, as they speak. Especially around a certain kind of girl. They'll speak a certain way about others, but there's a certain way they speak about this one. And their sentiments are tinged with fear and anxiety to approach her. That's where you go. Thank you. Basaban. Now that is the making of a champion. Your job now is to woo her, to lower her guard, to allow you in her space. I get criticized sometimes for saying this. You need to date up, man. You need to go for a girl that intimidates you by stature, by mind, by appearance. But when I talk appearance, I'm not talking aesthetics. By just the way they stand and hold the room, the aura they have.
It's rich.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's who you should go for. Because now, that brings out the king in you. Because to hold that queen, you better have a castle, bruh.
Definitely.
And are your intentions pure?
Yeah.
And queens are telling us all the time, I would rather you tell me what you want to do with me. Let me sign up for it or not. Tell me good to one night. Be clear.
Yeah.
And what if I'm also feeling the same way? I'll tell you so. Right? And if it is not, I will also tell you so. But give me the privilege, right? The respect to know what your intentions are. And that in itself gives you a formula. 1, are your intentions pure? 2, is she out of your league?
Because that is important.
Baba.
Does having to go for someone or to someone that is out of your league, Mr. T, does that give you a sense yokuziqoqa? Does it bring automatic accountability?
Yes.
Because you are saying to the boys,
it brings intentionality with everything.
Okay.
With everything.
Yeah.
It's funny that now, because your objective is to have her into your castle. You have her in your castle. Things align. How you work, how you use your money, how you even approach your health. Right? Even how you speak into her life. right? Remember, you're not in a position of weakness.
Mm.
Because what we do,
But
we
you're
look
low.
up. Because when I said date up, then you're like, yo, hey, manje, ish. Baba. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Something in you will tell you she's out of your league.
Sure.
It could be how pure she is. It could be how clear she is. Or even be, to worldly standards, more educated than you.
Sure.
But she still gives you time.
Mm.
You know what she wants from your time? What's your vision? What do you want?
Sound mind.
What do you want? I'm here. What do you want? And what do you want to do with me? Tell me, so that I know where I stand. Because remember, Big Zulu said it beautifully the other day. Because we normally say, you are the head, she's the neck. Big Zulu says, Wintlog, umzimba. What is a body without the head?
Sure, nothing.
What is the head without the body?
No.
You are the head. And she says, I'm the body. I'll take you there. Show me the direction. Thank you. Show me where you want to go.
Yeah.
Show me what you want to pick. I will pick it for you.
Yeah.
Right? I'll help you. I'll be there for you to support whatever vision you have in mind. Right? Earlier on, before you forget, you wanted to talk about how you open that door. Sometimes you don't even have to walk in.
Sure.
That's our job. As our role as men. Because you opening a door and not entering the door, you're actually telling the one that you're opening the door for that I trust you.
Sure.
I've poured everything in you, be it my child or be it my partner, that I know when you walk in there, you deserve that room.
Sure. But I also wanted to bring it in the context of in the midst of men, in the cohort of men. Myself, I know your relationship with Tbose, there are others whose names might not be popular, but I know that you have done things that had nothing to benefit you but benefit me as Bongani. But many of Majida tend not to have that attitude or that hand of grace that opens the door for a room that you don't even have to get in, but for someone else to go in.
Yeah, because they're doing it for the human.
How do we cultivate that amongst Majida? Because it seems to be something that is missing in majority. It's happening, but it's not happening in majority.
I don't want this to only to be about God, and then it turns people off, those who are not necessarily spiritually aligned like I am or inclined. There's something bigger than you, Luval.
Sure.
Sibongo sakho. There's something above you. Your ancestors, your lineage, your legacy. When you open that door, you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for that legacy. Because what goes around
Comes around.
is Payisandla.
Siyamkela.
Thank you. So when you do that, it's not for me. It is not for me. The day I'm gone, should Tbose meet you and says, Uncle Bongs, Uncle Bongs, I don't know, do you know someone who...
Yeah.
I don't care if you know that person, but because of our relationship, you say, you know what, God, thank you for this opportunity to pay back that man even though he's no longer around.
Actually, I always make this example, that Mr. T, around the same thing you're saying. And because of how Maxhosa greet, you know?
Yeah.
So they'll greet you and then they say, Ungubani.
Yes.
You know? And I always say to them that what would fulfill me is when I'm gone, when my child introduces themselves and they say, I am Luvalo. And then somebody must pause in the room and say, Ompi Uluvalo.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And then they must be able to.
And now this is your work talking.
Yeah. I'm not there.
Yeah. These are your footsteps now.
Yeah.
Showing up.
Yeah. Good or bad, by the way.
Yes.
Because of you, whether you've got good
course.
footsteps or bad footsteps, they're going to follow you and they're going to follow your lineage.
Thank you.
You know?
Yeah.
And I always say, Gary, I would love for my children, when they say I'm Luvalo, for somebody to say, do you refer to Bongane Luvalo? And then somebody might say, that person had touched me in a particular way.
Yes.
I don't have much,
Bamba.
but with this 50 rands, please go buy cold drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it then says you've gone beyond your household to make an impact.
Yeah.
Going back to the way Zamanro, what are you having?
Yeah.
Are you looking at this as a forest? Or are you this man who is short-sighted?
That's right.
You know?
I normally say the generation we are in needs to think beyond being survivalist. We need to go back to our forefathers who planted trees that they don't enjoy their shadow or their fruits. We are too focused on the immediate. What can I buy now? What can I wear now?
But I'm born.
Exactly. Forgetting that there's life beyond this.
Sure.
And we need to do that if we are to leave something behind that will echo in the corridors of history and your name still sounds true.
I'll come back to this. I'll close with this follow-up. Actually, let me just ask it now. What do you think in this generation, what is our biggest fault? What collapses men in this generation?
Keeping quiet.
But society says it does. My grandmother used to say,
No, but keeping quiet doesn't necessarily mean you must talk ad nauseum.
Okay.
Monna ke tlo e beya ka sepedi. Monna ga bolele kudu. Monna o beya molao.
Sure.
The two are not the same. A man gives direction.
Sure.
We are quiet because we are not leading society. We are not leading our families. You see something wrong, you're like, hey, angingenle. Start at home. Problem ya rona kore we want to be popular. Right? A leader is never popular.
True.
The leader only becomes popular based on their legacy. Only after they're like, marantatule lalka ring, nete na ibua.
Sure.
If you're wrong, you're wrong. Our challenge right now, as the current crop of leaders / parents and brothers in the forefront, is exactly that. We keep quiet to things. Why? Because we're trying to fit in, we're trying to be popular. Say it for what it is. Highly wrong, you're wrong, Leval. I'll debate you, it's fine. Mara, this is wrong. I may hold a different view, but it doesn't negate the fact that in terms of cardinal points of where we are as a people and where we should be, maybe in a family setting, this is wrong. You say it.
Okay.
We're busy canvassing for popularity. Like stuff Facebook.
True.
Leadership is not a popularity contest.
It's not.
It's about hard decisions and sometimes unpopular decisions.
True.
Yeah.
And we've got to take that.
We have to.
What do you love the most about not your partner, your wife? Kandale hot man.
That's my girl, man. I'll answer it this way. And this is the challenge to our sisters.
Sure. Sure.
Because you do have a Grootman grand.
Sure.
Be his body, man. Be in Jayaki. No, my girl is my girl.
Yeah.
I don't even have to explain it. She gets it.
Yeah.
Because that's how I will say it to you. Hey, Ntwana, yazi, hey, yeah, sure, done. So who am I going to tell this thing to first if she treats me like that? I don't wait to go to Majita.
Yeah. Sure.
So, sisters, if there's one thing your man wants more than anything, is you as his friend. Like Buddy, Njayam.
Njayam.
Right? You don't even need to understand it. Because obviously our worlds are not the same.
So that is creating a safe space for your man to be your friend.
Here's a telltale sign. Ask your man, after work, where would he rather be?
Would I tell her the truth?
No, and you should. You should. And by telling her the truth, you say, hey, Yazin, I prefer home, hey? And in that home, right, not all days are rosy. In that home, you must also have the room and the freedom to say, and she will soon learn that the one today was funai one. Now that is a safe space. Her job is one. Ask any man. All they want is peace. Peace. Give me peace.
In our land.
Just give me peace.
Sure.
And respect. That's it. You give me these two things. Anything else in between I can give you.
Sure.
And peace comes from your dwelling. Her heart, your heart. How you feel when you think of her. That's peace.
Sure.
Right? And of course, the respect she gives you translates immediately to the kids and everyone around you. Have you ever met us surrounded by other people and she's there? And let's say a lady says, hey, Thabo, how are you? Have you seen how your sister reacts? She doesn't care who she is.
Yeah.
She'll immediately turn and say, Thabo Gemang. No, I'm talking to Tbose. Or maybe rather say Tbose.
Yeah.
Maybe because you are a radio fan. Mara Mokwele.
Sure.
That's
Definitely.
respect.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I'm like, hi man, little hell, nix. Not in my presence.
Yeah. Order. Yeah.
Let there be order. And that order is respect.
Sure.
Which also forces me to be respectful in how I behave, even
In her absence.
Sure. Right? So that, you see, that, my friend, is what you want when you have Injayaku next to you. Because that's how your friends would be anyway. A true friend will never allow me to gossip about you in their presence.
True.
Do you see what friendship is about?
Yeah.
Friendship is not nice. Right? Because it's about protecting and upholding the one you care about.
In and out of their presence.
In and out of their presence.
Yo, Mr. T. But as we wrap up, what has fatherhood taught you about yourself?
Ooh. I'm celebrating now, but I can tell you now is I respect my parents.
Sure.
I do. It's selfless. It's beyond you. You are not important. That's what fatherhood is. Fatherhood is giving your everything to the soul that you brought through, that didn't ask to be here. And giving them your best, even when you don't want to. It is that sacrificial love that is so taxing yet so rewarding. And once you get the hang of it, you don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
That's all you want to do.
Sure.
Just love and raise them well. Yeah. I gloat in knowing that I'm not important.
And in the midst of this, Mr. T, how do you refill your cup? How do you take care of yourself? Because I think, I don't know whether it's a default setting, but a man who is grounded and who knows what they want and they've got an intention, we tend to put the ones that we love before us.
There's nothing else.
You know? Of course, that's how it should be. But also they need you to always be in your full capacity.
Aye, qanda lam lizongitshela. There's only one person I take instruction from.
Yeah.
When she says you need to rest,
Sure.
I listen.
And how do you rest, Mr. T?
I just take a day. And that day she knows. And want nothing else, just to be home. I could even take a nap or listen to the music the whole day.
Sure.
Whatever it is that fills my cup. Or every 2 years, I'll take a solo trip.
Sure.
The last I did was Japan. I was there for a week and a half.
Sure.
Came back, my cup was full.
Sure.
Because I travel for a reason. I don't travel for fun. I went to Japan for the records. I did Israel in 2014 because I wanted to do the 12 steps of Christ. I did the whole tour.
Sure.
From birth to crucifixion. Because I wanted to see it in real life. All of that. So those are the things I do to fill my cup. But you see, there are small ones, there are big ones.
Sure.
Yeah.
And in us closing, what would you say are the important pause moments in a man's life?
And that they differ. Financially, pay yourself first. When that salary comes in, take, even if it's 1 or 2 to 5 to 10%, depending. Go get yourself a pair of socks. Go get yourself that cup of coffee. Go have a solo lunch, and eat your steak the way you want it. And you're not
I used
hiding.
to do that when I was employed. I'm no longer employed, so I no longer do it. I got paid there. I used to go to a restaurant.
You need to do that. You need to do that. It's very important.
Yeah.
Because your body keeps a ledger. Your mind keeps a ledger. I've put out so much. What am I getting? Does it mean I must go to Tbose, go reka a beautiful jersey, a cardigan yana, to show and reward myself? Do it.
Sure.
Health-wise, are you in the gym, sir? Are you in the gym to, elongate your life, give yourself energy, right? Spiritually, what do you do? Health-wise, again, do you have appointments set to make sure that your body is taken care of? So that you don't have. If there's an enemy for men is worry and anxiety, remove those things by letting professionals help you with it. And I've spoken to the spiritual side. Vocationally, what are you doing to enrich your mind? What do you know today that you didn't know last week?
True.
It doesn't necessarily mean attend something. It doesn't even necessarily mean go read a book. Could be something else. But are you enriching your mind? And socially, do you know more people this week than you did last week or a month ago? Is your circle and networks of people getting better? Or by circles and networks, I'm talking about people who differ from your views.
Sure.
Stop hanging around with like-minded people. You're not growing. You're having the same conversation. I'm not saying stick around with negative people. No. Still stick around with critical thinkers, people who don't even have time for you. But they make time because they like you.
Sure.
But when you sit there, you feel like you're a scholar. Because these people are living a different kind of life. You know what that makes you? Makes you sit up.
Yeah.
Says, hey, what am I doing with mine? That's how you take those pause moments. Pause moments. And you come back and you are just this amazing person.
Sure.
Because you owe yourself growth. If you're not growing, you're dead.
You owe yourself growth.
Yes. If you're not growing, you're dead.
Mr. T, your parting shots to Majita, Lema Sister. Yes, we are looking at Men 360, but
Yeah.
your parting shot.
Ay man, itlhokomele awuthiyaka.
Yeah.
And don't forget, ne, you have only one body, take care of it. Number two, this is one life. Hayi boele morao, hayi left, hayi right, ya ko pele. That's it. The question is it fulfilling? You know? Qhubeka, pusha, go forward.
Yeah.
And do not be hard on yourself. You've made mistakes.
Sure.
Learn to forgive yourself. Move.
Sure.
Next one. Because you are going to do better.
Sure.
And I can tell you now, you've already done better than your father. You are now the example. They may not tell you because they don't have the words.
Sure.
But one day they will.
Tate Mokwele, sing Thabo.
Eh, but I'm all sharp.
Gossip, I love our gossip. And then the other time, Solka Plug.
Yes.
So I was listening to what I remembered our gossip at the show,
Yeah.
So I think the game Lemachita.
Yeah.
No. You had left to go and play.
Yes.
So as you were playing there, I then saw something we were talking about.
Yeah.
Then I ran to her because the Barutsi was the
Yeah.
different side of
Yeah.
where we were chilling. So I ran to her and I'm like, okay, I want to know you. Alright. Nah, it was. Kina demo kuili ola. Mr.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
you for having me. And all
Thank
the
you
best.
for
May
borrowing
you
us
grow.
the allowing us to drink from this fountain of wisdom.
Only a pleasure.
And you know what I love as well is that yes, you are learned, but you put things kasi, we can relate, we can hear you.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
And we're able to relate.
Yeah.
With these things, whether here or on your show and wherever you speak, and even the book itself, it's not something about like Oxford Dictionary next to you. No. So I really appreciate and I'm grateful for the time that we've made. Mudimu awokeletse.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you enough.
Thank you.
And guys, ladies and gentlemen, especially Machita, thank you very much for being part of this. I hope you would have borrowed from the wisdom, Tate Mokwele. And of course, let's engage further on the comments and on the socials. And until the next episode, I wish you guys enough.